What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Heat Beef Barbecue, and I'm cooking a prime rib right now. And last week I was over at Chef Ricardo's YouTube page, and he was making a Yorkshire pudding, and I figured, you know what, that would be perfect with something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and make some Yorkshire pudding. I'm going to make some little miniature ones to go along with my prime rib. And I'm going to put a link to Chef Ricardo's YouTube channel in the iCard above and the description below. So to make this, our first step is going to be to get I'm using these little miniature muffin tins. We need to get this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. So that's going to be my first step. Once I do that, I'll bring you in and we'll start working on the rest. Ingredient list, and this is pretty simple. We're just going with some all-purpose flour, eggs, salt and pepper, and a cup of milk. First thing we're going to want to do is sift our flour. So let's go ahead and do that. And once I get done sifting it, I'm just going to go ahead and throw in my salt and my pepper. Just kind of give that a stir. Now I have my eggs and my milk at room temperature. We're just going to go ahead and throw these in this bowl. We're going to give these a good stir. And I will have the recipe and the ingredients in the description. Basically what I'm working with, just so you don't have to go down there if you don't want to, is I had a cup of flour, a cup of eggs. In my case it was 4 eggs because I was using some small eggs. Salt and pepper to taste, so I went with about 1.5 teaspoons of each of those. And the olive oil that I put in the tin, you can either use olive oil or you can use baking grease, you know, canola oil, any kind of oil that you want. And you just want a thin layer at the bottom of that tin. Alright, so now that we have this mixed up, I'm going to go ahead and add this to our flour, salt, and pepper. And we're going to mix this up. Now, once this gets where it looks like a real consistent batter, I'm going to cover this with some saran wrap and let it rest for an hour. Alright, that looks good to me. My muffin tin's been in the oven for about 10 minutes at 400 degrees. Now we're just going to go ahead and start adding a little of this batter to each of these tins. All of them but 4. We're going to go ahead and get this in the oven for 30 minutes at 400 degrees. Our little mini Yorkshire puddings right here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this back and do a little bit of a taste test, but they smell great and they look wonderful. What this Yorkshire pudding tastes like. I did go ahead and kind of cut it in half and put a little bit of that prime rib in there with some horseradish sauce on top. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this au jus. This tastes excellent. Has a nice little pocket for all the goodies in there, the horseradish, the au jus, the prime rib. Thanks, Chef Ricardo. This was better than I expected. Thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.